So I will get started. We had the opportunity on Sunday, I believe, to have a nice Zoom meeting with most of the teachers here at Namaste, and it was so fantastic to see everybody, hear their voices and share thoughts about what's happening in the studio. So it really brought me out of my funkiness. It also allowed me like an hour away from my kids and hearing different voices. I love you, kids. But it was good stuff, and it helped me bring myself back to a center place. And the past few weeks, I'm sure, have been challenging for everybody, but I've noticed myself getting off kilter or a little bit out of whack, whatever you want to call it, and finding your center within your body and mind and spirit can be challenging at different times, whether we're going through stuff or life is easy peasy at the moment. So hopefully today we can be on our mats and come into a good place of center everywhere in our body, in our mind, and our spirit, and use that and all those good thoughts when we're off of our mat and come back to that place. So with that being said, we're going to come into an easy seat. So whatever that is for you today, I'm going to sit in this Sarkissian style. If you want to sit up on a blanket, always a great option to lift your hips up. If you want, you can, if you don't have a blanket handy, you can always fold not really sitting the right way, but if you fold your mat up a little bit, however many times, you kind of prop yourself up a little bit higher, gives you a little bit of a boost. So that's just an option, something you guys can do at home, make it easier. So let's begin from our easy seat and find our breath. And we'll sit up nice and tall. You can wiggle back and forth and lift up through your side body and let your hands rest on your thighs. Maybe tuck your chin in a little bit towards your chest and just start to notice your breath. Breathing in and out. If you can start breathing through your nose. And just noticing what you're feeling. On your next breath in, begin to feel your belly expand. So it'll get bigger on your inhale, lifting up, lifting up. And as you exhale, feel it contract and pull into the center part of your body. You'll notice your core engaging here. And just keep your attention on that belly breathing. 2 more breaths here. Your next inhale, let your breath come up a little bit higher, maybe your mid-chest area. So breathing in through the nose, feel a lift through the chest, through the belly, and exhale to bring it back to center. Do that 2 more times. Breathing in and lifting. Last breath through the middle of your chest. Your lower ribs might expand a little bit as your belly expands. Exhale, let it all pull in. And on your next inhale, let's bring it all the way up. So go through your belly, hit the bottom of your ribs, and bring it all the way up to your collarbones. Lifting a little bit higher through your torso and chest. And exhale to release. Let's do that a few more rounds. Breathing in deep through the belly, lifting through the mid-level, and all the way up to the top of the chest. Breathing in, breathing deep, lifting through the chest. And allowing your breath to come back to an even pace. And we'll take a little neck stretches just to warm up. And if you're having any crankiness in your neck, just back off wherever you need to and honor your body. So with your hands at your sides or on your thighs, go ahead and take your gaze down towards your heels or your feet or the bottom of your mat. And stretch long through the back of your spine and the back of your neck. Breathing in and feel your chest rise. 2 more breaths here. Last breath. On your inhale, bring your center or your head back to center, and then take your gaze over to the left. So looking over your left shoulder, keep your shoulders down and soft. Staying with that even pace breath. And last breath here. Inhale, come through center, and exhale over to the right. Nice length through the back of your neck, maybe loosening your jaw. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Nice job. And we're going to bring our hands, we're going to kind of make a triangle shape, if you will, and we're going to take it to the back of your head. So your thumbs will rest kind of on the underneath of your skull, and your fingertips can wrap around the back of your crown. Now pull your elbows in, so they're almost like you could squeeze them together. And we're just going to use this. You can actually stay here and keep your head and neck straight and just lift a little gently. If that feels good, stay in this pose, lifting through your chest. If your neck's feeling okay and you want to take your gaze up towards the ceiling, go ahead and take it up a little bit deeper. Let your elbows come up as well. Nice stretch through the side body. Shoulders are expanded as well. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's lower back down to center. Adjust your glasses. And go ahead and lower your arms out. Inhale, lift your arms out into a nice long T position and spread your fingers out wide. Really stretch through those fingertips and stretch them out. As you exhale, you can turn your thumbs down. We're just going to get a little bit of a rotation through our shoulders. Inhale, lifting up. Palms face up towards the ceiling. I don't know if you can see that well. Exhale, lower your thumbs down. Inhale, lifting up. Torso and your chest comes up with you. Exhale, lowering down. You can even curve through the back if that feels good. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Take your gaze up if that feels good. Do that 2 more times. So thumbs come down. Curve through the back and lower your gaze. Inhale, lift up. Palms face up. Gaze goes up. Last time, exhale, lowering down. Inhale, all the way up. And we're going to go ahead and bring our right arm across our body and take the left hand and wrap it underneath and just pull it across. Gentle pull, keeping the shoulders low, stretching the hand long. Breathe in to lift up nice and tall through the torso. Maybe separate your teeth. And allow your breath to soften. On your next inhale, release. And you can place your hands kind of on top of each other. I dream of Genie style. Cindy, do you remember that? And we'll go ahead and grab that, and we'll grab our elbows and inhale, lift them up, so make a little square over top of your head. You can plug your shoulders in, so notice they settle back down. Inhale to lift up tall, and we're going to go ahead and shift our weight over to the left. Nice side stretch. You can look down, or if it feels better, you can take your gaze up. And inhale, come on back to center. Open the arms out wide again. We'll take the opposite arm across and wrap it underneath. So crossing over that midline of your body, but keeping everything hugged in. And inhale, let's find that square position, lifting the arms overhead, and then taking that nice side stretch, this side to the right. Keeping your left hip down as much as you can in this side stretch. And we'll inhale, coming back up to center. Let your arms release. Now if you have your strap and you want to bring that in, you'll need it now. We're going to let our legs come out nice and long. If your knees are cranky, you can always roll up a blanket and place them underneath there to keep them nice bend to the knees. And we'll sit up nice and tall for seated forward fold. And you don't have to use a strap if you don't like it or you don't have one. If you do, you can go ahead and wrap the strap around the ball of your feet and grab onto them and keep your elbows tucked in. If you don't have a strap, just let your hands plant next to your legs wherever they land. So with the elbows tucked in, inhale, lifting up again, feel the rise in the chest, and as you exhale, shift your hips so you can take your torso towards those thighs. Remember, soft knees, soft breath. As you inhale, feel the lift in the back body. And exhale, soften in. Feel the stretch to the back of the legs. Feel the length of your spine. And you might notice you can crawl your hands further towards your toes as you breathe in and out. Last breath here. Inhale, slowly release your strap and rise up. Nice job. You can move your strap off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and slide the right leg in. So the sole of your right foot is on the ground. And you can shift yourself around to find a little bit of a balance here, even though we're not symmetrical. And we'll wrap our left arm around that right knee. So you're pulling it in towards that middle part of your body. And the right hand sweeps behind. I'm going to go this way so you can see. Sweeps behind. Come behind your hip and just press up nice and tall. That left leg is engaged. Breath in, and as you exhale, just slowly take a baby twist here. So beginning of practice, you want to take it easy on yourself. Inhale, rise through the chest. And as you exhale, maybe you go a millimeter more. One more breath in. And another breath out. And as you release, let go of your arms. Stretch your leg long. I'll come back to the center point so you can see. And we will take it to the other side. So left leg comes in. Hug it in nice and close. And wrap the right arm around. Keeping it pulled in. Left arm swings around. Press you up nice and tall. Sit up tall through the chest. And as you exhale, find that baby twist here. Full breath in. And release. to center. And extend the legs, give them a little shake, and we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. Swing the legs back. Maybe keep your blocks at the top of the mat. Might need them down the road. And if you want to pad your knees, you can always bring your blanket underneath as an option. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. I like to curl my toes. You can keep them flat however you like. So we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow just to warm up the spine a little bit more. On our inhale, let the hips tilt up, belly drops, squeeze in through the shoulders, and take your gaze up, or you could just take it above the top of your mat. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone, press into the mat with your hands, and really let your shoulders spread nice and wide. Maybe dangle your head. And let the pace of your breath guide you back to your cow position. And as you exhale, come back to your cat. And take 2 more rounds of that. And we'll meet back in a sturdy table. Finding our balance here. We're going to press back through that left leg, lifting it from the hip. So pressing into the heel. Find your balance here. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lifting that right arm. So opposite hand, opposite leg. It's like the world's pulling you at both ends. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, let's bring everything in. Bring your knee in to touch your elbow. Exhale, let's release. Stretch it back out. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, extend. One more time, bring it back in. And go ahead and release. Let your knee and hand meet the mat. And push back through that right leg. Inhale to lift the right leg up through the hip. When you're balanced and ready, lift the left arm, stretching long. As you exhale, pull everything in. Really round through the shoulders. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Find your center. Inhale to extend. Exhale, last time, bring it on in. And extend long. And drop your knee and your hand. Good job, everybody. Let's go ahead and bring our hands forward, a hand print, and we'll press up through the hips, finding our first down dog. Keep it super bendy. Nice bent knees, maybe pedaling the feet out. And see if you can come back to that breath that takes it from the belly to the ribs to the top of the chest. And on your next inhale, look forward, and we'll just slowly walk our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up, and bring your hands to heart center. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale, lift arms high. Exhale, wide arms, fold in. Full breath in and out. Inhale, lift up halfway. Find that flat back here. And exhale, fold in again. With your hands next to you, go ahead and step back with your right leg and drop that right heel to the floor. The left knee is bent over the ankle. And on your inhale, we'll rise up, finding our warrior two. Inhale, arms all the way up. Strong base. Your feet are pushing away from each other. And you're holding yourself up tall. Thumbs are pointed up. Let's go ahead and do that. Thumb down, and let's roll them back so the palms come up again. Do that 2 more times. Thumbs go down, curling in through the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up through the chest. Hands rotate. And this last time, thumbs down. Inhale, bringing the hands back up. Now just flip your wrist over and take your gaze over your fingertips for that strong warrior. Inhale, and as you exhale, drop that back hand down your thigh. Lift the left arm all the way up. And if you want, you can take it all the way over your ear to reverse your warrior. You're still strong through your center. Inhale, bring it back to your warrior 2. Exhale, we're going to cartwheel our hands and kick up that back heel and just pause here in a high lunge. Take a full round of breath. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, plant your hands and let your left leg come back and come into a modified plank. Elbows hug in. Take a full breath, and as you exhale, lower all the way down for Cobra Pose. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, lifting through the chest, elbows hug in, gaze is down. Full breath in, and exhale to lower. Curl your toes, press up through your arms and hips, find your down dog. Again, pedaling your feet if that feels good. Letting your hips come up nice and high. Inhale, look forward, and we'll walk forward, coming all the way back to our Tadasana. Arms out wide, hands meet at heart center. Take a full breath in, and exhale, we'll fold over to release. We're going to step back this time with our left leg. I'm going to switch so I'm actually looking at you. So left leg goes back, and we'll drop that left heel and we'll rotate so we come back to our warrior 2. So your heel's in line with the middle of your foot. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Strong core. Inhale, rotate the hands up so the palms face up. And exhale, this time just flip the wrists over and take your gaze to the fingertips on the right. Feel the strength in your legs pressing away from each other. One more breath. And as you exhale, drop that left arm down your leg. Inhale, bring the arm all the way up, or maybe take it all the way over your ear. Inhale, come back to your warrior 2. And as you exhale, cartwheel your hands, kick up the back heel, and pause. Pause in this high lunge. Full breath in and out. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring that right leg back to meet the left. You can stay in high lunge or modified, lowering the knees, and come all the way down. Knees, chest, chin. Coming into your cobra. Toes press in, breath is soft. Inhale and exhale, lowering down. Switch again, sorry everybody. All right, much easier from this side. So from your cobra, curl your toes. We're going to press back into that down dog. Should be warmed up a little bit more. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the left leg up nice and high. Press through the heel for a three-legged dog. And on your in or exhale, we're gonna exhale, bring that knee in towards your chest, and like you did earlier, and then bring it all the way through to the middle of our hands. And you can grab your leg and place it up there if you need help with it, or shimmy it up there, inching it up. I have to do that with my leg. And once you're here, inhale, lift your arms up, find your balance, find your high lunge. Take a full breath with your arms up tall, and then exhale, bring them down to that T position. Inhale, palms to the ceiling, chest lifts high. Full breath. And exhale, bring your hands in, and we're going to bring them down. Right hand plants. Inhale, we're going to lift that left arm all the way up, finding a gentle twist here. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower that hand down. Step that leg back, find your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And once you find the floor, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Spread those fingers out nice and wide. Again, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Engage the thighs. Find your Sphinx pose. Let your mind quiet here. Come back to your symmetry, come back to your balance, come back to your breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower down, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, and press back to your down dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg nice and tall, toes are pointing down. Exhale, pull that knee in towards your chest. We're going to plant that foot in between your hands. Remember, you can wiggle it up there, however you need to get it there. Find your balance once you're here. And inhale, lifting to that high lunge. Full breath in. And as you exhale, drop your hands. Lift the palms up towards the ceiling. Baby back bend, opening through the chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, drop that left hand, plant it underneath your shoulder. Inhale, lift the right arm up nice and tall. You can envision your right hip lifting up with your arm. Full breath. And exhale, bring that hand down. Step the leg back. Find your plank. Take 2 more breaths here. Last breath. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga all the way down. Let your toes press in. And again, coming back to that Sphinx position, if you have your blocks handy and you want to bring your blocks underneath your forearms, it's an option to deepen through the pose. Your elbows are still underneath your shoulders. Hands are just resting gently here. Either way, take your gaze down in between your thumbs. Engage the top of your feet. Engage your upper thighs. Feel your breath. We're going to stay here for a few rounds of breath. And coming back to that breath, feeling it in your belly, lifting to the ribs, and lifting all the way to the upper chest. Do that 2 more times. Feel the expansion in the belly, through the mid-chest, all the way to the collarbones. And last time, feel it in the belly, expanding, expanding. The ribs growing and widening, all the way to the collarbone. And when you're ready to exhale, go ahead and bring your arms off the blocks if they're there. Move them just out of the way. And you can come all the way down, bringing your arms out to a T. We'll pick up our heels towards the sky and just wipe our legs a little bit back and forth. And once you feel balanced, go ahead and bring your feet down, curl your toes, and bring your hands underneath. Inhale, pressing back up to our down dog. Inhale, let the left leg lift up nice and tall. Toes are pressing down. As you exhale, go ahead and bring that left knee in towards your chest, grounding through the shoulders, and bring it all the way between your hands. Your right heel drops to the floor, and we're coming back into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Nice, strong foundation, lifting up tall, gaze is over your fingertips. As you exhale, drop that right hand down the back leg, lift the left arm all the way up, and maybe take it over your ear. Your gaze can go down at your toes, or up at your palm, you decide. Inhale, come on back. Find your Warrior 2. Drop your forearm to your thigh, and lift your right arm all the way up. Again, option, take it up and over. Gaze can go down, gaze can go up. Lifting through the shoulder if it feels good. Inhale, come on back. Warrior 2. And let's do that one more time. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, center point. Exhale, drop your forearm, extended warrior. I think that was the wrong name. Side angle pose. I have Cindy here with me, and I'm so happy because she can remind me of when I'm saying the wrong words. Inhale, back to center. Straighten that front leg out. And we're going to turn our toes to face the long edge of the mat. If you have blocks, you might want to bring it into the center. Always an option. So nice strong legs, lifting up tall. We're going to exhale, hinge at the hips, and start to lower down. If you want to find your block, it's there for you. Maybe you come to a couch and your hands are resting on that couch cushion. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Let your head dangle. Inhale, lift up halfway. Find that nice flat back. And exhale, lowering it down. Start to walk walk your hands over to your left leg. Maybe it just comes in the middle, maybe you can grab your foot. Either way, it's a good stopping point. Find your spot. Bring that right hand across. And if it feels good, go ahead and lift that left arm up, finding a wide leg twist. Full breath in. And exhale, release. We're going to take it over to the right. Again, left hand comes as far over as it feels good for you. And when you're ready and want to, bring that right arm all the way up. And exhale, release it down. Bend through the knees. We're actually going to pivot so we face the back of our mat. So that left heel is going to pop up. Your right knee is going to be bent over your right ankle. And then when you're ready, drop that left heel. Inhale, lift and twist into your warrior. So shifting our way. So warrior 2. Right knee is over the right ankle. Inhale, lift the arms up nice and strong. Exhale, take your gaze over your fingertips. Let your shoulders be soft. Inhale, and as you exhale, drop your left hand down your back leg. Right arm up comes up tall. Maybe take it over, reversing your warrior. Inhale, come back to your center. And exhale, drop your forearm to your thigh, lift through that left arm. Maybe take it over your ear. Inhale, come back to center. Your legs are strong. Nice bend to that front knee. Exhale, drop that back arm, lifting up, reverse your warrior. Inhale through center. Drop your forearm, extended side angle. Thank you, Cindy. Inhale, really big. And exhale, come on back to center. Straighten that front leg. Turn the toes. Give a little wiggle. Press through the sides of your pinky toe edge. Inhale tall, and as you exhale, let your hands lower down, finding that block, or you can find the floor. Do what feels good for you today. Inhale, lift all the way, halfway up, not all the way up, halfway. And exhale, bring it on down. Maybe shake your head out, yes or no. And on your next inhale, walk your hands over to that right foot. Find your stopping place. And again, we'll take that twist. So the left hand reaches for that right side. Right arm lifts up nice and tall. And exhale to release. Come on back through center. Take it over to the left. So right hand across the body. Inhale, lift that left arm up. And exhale to release. Nice job. We're going to bend through the knees. We're going to pivot back towards the top of our mat. And then we're just going to step forward to find Tadasana. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands back to heart center. Nice job. So keeping, if you have blocks, you want to keep them handy. I'm going to face the camera. Moving this out of the way. So we want to come into a nice strong Tadasana and hip width apart, so that's about 2 fists. So you can always double check that. Spread your toes out nice and wide and let them settle back onto your mat. And feel the 4 corners of your feet really hugging into the earth. Nice, strong Tadasana here. And take a full breath. Lifting through the belly. ribs, all the way up through the chest again. Nice. Make sure if you want the block, you can keep it handy and you can pull it in next to your left foot. Some of you might not need it or want it, so it's up to you. I'll show you with it and without. With your strong foundation, we're going to inhale, coming onto our right toes. So really strong through that left side, still finding our balance, still keeping our center point. On our next inhale, we're going to lift that right leg, cross it over, and if you have the block, you can set your toes right on there. If you don't need the block, bring your toes to the floor. If we're going into eagle, right, Cindy? Cindy likes it, hopefully. She's like, I think that's what you're doing. She said, I have no idea. We'll wrap our leg, if you're good with it, you can wrap your leg all the way around. Today I'm going to leave it on the block. Opposite hand, so left arm's going to come over, and you can hug in. You can stay right here. Another option, backs of the hands can come together. Another option is to intertwine your hands so your palms touch. So you choose which feels better today. Once you find your balance, inhale, lifting up tall, and as you exhale, we're going to start to sink in, bending through the hips, letting our chin tuck in a little bit, hugging into the center of our body. Our shoulders are spreading nice and wide. And we're feeling our breath. 2 more breaths here. Maybe you can sink down in this last breath. Inhale, rise all the way up. Unwind everything. You can spread your arms out wide, give them a wiggle. Nice job. Take your block over to the other foot if the block was helpful. If not, just leave it there. And we're going to find that nice strong foundation on the right side. So find the 4 corners. And when you're ready, come onto your left toes. Inhale, lift that left foot up and cross it over your body to find the block or the floor, or wrap it around the back of your leg. So right arm over, top. Yes, so you can hug. It's really good to have Cindy here, because usually I'm talking to myself, so there's somebody listening today. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. And as you exhale, and slowly sink in. Again, loosening through the jaw. Tucking in the chin. Breath is long and smooth, just like your spine. 2 more breaths here. On your inhale, slowly come on up and release. Wiggle everything out. Nice job. Move your blocks out of the way. And I'll come back to the top of the mat. And we're just going to start to inhale, arms all the way up, nice and tall. Exhale, fold in, lower down. And go ahead and do a little ragdoll action. So grab your elbows like you did earlier, and wiggle left and right a little bit. And on your exhale, let your hands come down on your sides. Step back with your right leg. Find your balance. Inhale, lifting up. Hands are still at your side. If your shoulders are feeling good, you can interlace your hands. So your fingertips are interlaced, broadening through your shoulders. If not, keep your hands just stretched out behind you. Inhale tall. Exhale, we're going to start to lean forward. Coming into a humble warrior. So pressing through that back heel. Your breath is working to lift you up through your torso. 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Nice job. Let your arms come down. Meet the mat. Step back for your plank. Inhale, exhale, all the way down. Find your cobra. Hug in those elbows. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes. Press back to your down dog. And walk, step, or hop all the way back forward. Slow inhale all the way up. Hands meet at the top in prayer. Come all the way through the heart. And we'll bow in. Hands come down. Step back with the left leg. Press into that left heel. Right knee is over your right ankle. Inhale to rise. Again, you can interlace your fingers or you can keep your hands pressed back. Inhale, lift up tall, and as you exhale, lower down. Take your gaze down to the floor. Feel the lift in your belly. Inhale, and as you exhale, inhale, come on back up. Release your hands on the exhale and let them find the mat. Step that right leg back, drop your knees, bring your big toes to touch and send your knees out to the far edge of your mat. Let your hips sink down, coming into your child's pose. So your hips are sinking down onto your heels. Knees are spread out wide. You can press your palms into the mat. Your forehead is resting on the mat. Two more breaths here. On your next inhale, rise back up to a tabletop position. We're going to cross the ankles and we will come onto our seats. From here, hands can come next to you. Knees are bent. And we're going to find a little bit of a balance in our boat pose. So we're going to use our hands to steady us. Keep your elbows soft but pulled in together. Inhale, lift up tall through the chest. Exhale, lift through the heels. Knees can be soft. Notice you're balancing yourself out kind of like a teeter-totter. Inhale and exhale. Let's lower it down. I like to bring my arms around and curl in a little bit. And drop my chin in towards my chest. A little hug. Inhale, come on back up. Plant those hands again. We'll find our balance 2 more times. So resting back on the hands, your legs start to lift. Maybe they straighten out a little bit more. Maybe you want to lift the arms up with it. If that's feeling good. My legs are shaking. Take a full breath in, lift through the chest, exhale, bring it all down. Maybe grab underneath your thighs this time. Maybe grab the front. Curl in. Inhale all the way up. One more time. Get your hands ready, just your helpers. Find your balance spot. Leaning back. Inhale, lifting through the heels, pressing through the heels. Arms can come up. Maybe you can lift them all the way up. Full breath in, lift through the chest. And exhale, lower everything down. Give a hug in. And we'll make our way down to our backs. So taking it nice and slow. Bring your knees in above your chest. And a little bit deeper hug than what we got from sitting upright. And let your soles of your feet rest on the floor again. We'll take your left knee and cross it over the right knee. So like you're crossing your legs. Inhale, lift the feet off the floor. So your feet are going to go towards the long edge of the mat. You can place your hands on top of your knees and give a squeeze in. So pull the knees in towards your chest. Maybe you're a little bit more flexible or you want to go a little deeper. You can bring your hands down to your shins, maybe even to your feet, and almost pull the feet apart from each other and hug in a little deeper. Wherever you are, just keep your breath even. Last breath. Exhale, let your sole of your right foot come down. That left leg is still crossed over. We'll bring our arms back to that T and let your hips switch over to the right, finding a little supine twist here. And you can take your gaze over your opposite shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. Bring your left leg onto the mat and we'll cross the right leg over. Once your right leg's crossed, lift the feet off the floor. And again, you can hug in at the knees and pull in. Maybe you want to grab down a little bit farther on your shins or your feet and pull the feet away from each other as you pull the knees in towards your chest. Last breath. And slowly release. The left foot comes to the mat, arms stretch out to your T, and go ahead and let your knees drop over to the left side. Gaze can go over your right shoulder. Inhale, let's bring the knees back up. And go ahead and uncross your legs and stretch your legs out nice and long. Letting them come down towards the corners of your mat. Bring your arms out overhead or next to your hips. Maybe the palms face up towards the ceiling. Coming into our Shavasana pose. From here, just noticing your breath and staying here as long as you feel comfortable. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes. If not, just take your gaze down the tip of your nose. Staying in your Shavasana, noticing your breath, finding its own rhythm. So many of us are being pulled in so many different directions. Similar to our final resting pose, Shavasana, Your legs are stretched out long, your arms are wide. It's a visual for the outside world. You can use your breath and mind to bring you back into your center point, your heart space, even when you're stretched to your limits. If you can, visualize your entire body encircled with a white light. With each breath, you can see and feel the pulse of the light around you. You might notice you have thoughts popping up, things from the past, things that might happen. It's okay to let those pop up. Let them pass through. Let them move through the light. Begin to bring your attention to your heart. Maybe you notice there's a beautiful green color surrounding the area of your heart. Begin to notice that your white light is in the background and the green heart center is bright and vibrant and pulsing deeper, and it's pulsing with your heart. The white light is still there. It's still pulsing, but it's in the background. Your focus is on your heart center. You are choosing what you want to feel and where you want to place your attention. You can always come back to this heart space on your mat and off your mat. Stay in your final resting pose, however long it feels right for you today. With thanks to Cindy for sharing her practice with me today and her energy with me, and with lots of love and light and gratitude to all of you for sharing your space with us. Namaste.